So if you saw my last video, we made this gun where you can shoot with raycast or with projectiles, and today we'll be adding some damage. First thing we'll do is decide if we want to make the gun automatic. So we'll just go ahead and add another bool and say is auto. And right here we have two options. You can use get key or get key down. Get key will update it, and get key down will not update it. It will just detect when the key is pressed down once. So if is auto, we'll use get key, and if it's not, just else. We'll use get key down. And then go ahead and make a float that's visible with the serialized field, private float, and make it a fire rate like something like 0.25. And we're going to make a bool to check if we can shoot, and then we're going to go ahead and set that to true by default, and then make a float called fire, or I guess shoot timer. And then if we can shoot, we're going to, or if it's false, we're going to take the shoot timer plus equals time dot delta time, which is going to tie it to time. And then if the shoot timer is greater than the fire rate, we're going to set the shoot can shoot to true, and then the shoot timer to 0. And then down here we can do can shoot and that's for short for true. Another way you could write this is can't shoot, like that. For some reason I just like to write it like this, but you can also do equals equals true everywhere you want. Got it? Alright, so if we can shoot and we got spacebar, it's still updating, what's wrong? Then we need to take the can shoot and set it to false afterwards. That's what's wrong. And now, see, it's only updating every 0.25 seconds. And if we disable the hit scans, which enables the projectiles come flying in. And then I'm not even going to bother to write the script out, but I guess I'll explain it. It's an object pooler, and I'll include it in the description, of course. This is going to be used to pool our bullets and save tons of performance. And then we're going to need a serialized field private string gun name, and that's just going to be the name for our gun, which could be used later for other things, but we're going to use it to figure out which gun pool we're using. And then private game object ammo pool for the ammo pool, and then private object pool, not object, object pool, object pool, and then one more serialized field, private int ammo count. And then on the await function, we're going to ammo pool equals new game object, and then object pool equals ammo pool dot add component object pool, and that's going to add the ammo pool to the object pool, or the object pool to the ammo pool after spawning it. So this spawns adds script. Then we're going to do object pool dot prefab equals projectile, and that's going to tell the object pool the prefab we want to use as the projectile. So set pool prefab, and then the object pool size is going to be the ammo count, and that's going to tell the size of the pool to the size of the ammo. And then finally, object pool, I hate that's so annoying, game object dot name equals gun name plus space ammo pool. And so now we're going to make our player. So I just went ahead and made an empty game object and set it to the same position as the gun script that we made in the last tutorial. So we're going to make this really small because it's actually just the barrel and I just want to be able to see it. So then we're going to put it on the root, which is now going to become our player, and then we're going to copy the player again and delete the gun on it, bring it in the gun on there so we have a gun root, and then a 3D cube, and I'm just going to model a pseudo gun real quick. All right, and then usually you want to have your gun on like a visual layer or object, and then we'll go ahead and call this the gun script, and we'll move it where the barrel should be. Now we can disable the mesh renderer. Okay. And now we don't want our bullets to collide with our gun. So what we'll want to do is add a gun layer to our layers, and then we can go to our visual and set that to gun. Change all those. And visuals don't need colliders, so we can just remove the colliders. But just in case they did, you'd go to physics, and here's where you set your layers collisions. So we could take the gun, and we don't want it to collide with, we need to add another one actually for our player. And only the root object. So we don't want our gun to collide with our player, and we don't want our gun to collide with our projectiles. So let's go ahead and make a layer for projectiles too. There we go. Position of the player to paste it to my camera, and the rotation is 0, 0, 0. So I'll set that, and I'll move the camera back to where I see the gun. I'll bring my game view into focus here. It's not just that tiny little icon at the bottom. If I want, I can actually move the scene window itself here. I didn't make it so big. My goodness. Position it just right. And the aim's going to be off a little, but that's okay. We'll fix it in another video. And then take our main camera and move it into our player above our gun root. And before I get ahead of myself with the other stuff in the ammo, let's go ahead and spawn the projectile from the ammo pool. So we're going to replace the instantiate here with projectile equals object pool dot get object, and then we'll replace this with the projectile. And then we're also going to need to set the projectile dot transform dot position equal to the current transform dot position, and the projectile dot transform rotation to the current transform dot rotation. There we go. And so if we use projectile right now, you see it's pulling from the pool, but they aren't returning. So we need to add a script to the projectile too. Go ahead and call it projectile. And this is going to have a serialized field, private float return time equals 3f. And then because reusing code is always easier than rewriting it, we'll just take the timer from our gun and put it in the update. Private float timer, replace the shoot timer, and replace the fire rate with the return time, and then we'll do GameObject.setActiveFos, and that will return it to the object pool. The other way to do it would be to reference the object pool and then call the function, but it's kind of useless because it does the same thing. So now put the object or the projectile script on the projectile, and now when we shoot it, it should need to disable the raycast again after 3 seconds. There we go. And if we somehow use all of them, set it to 5, it will spawn more because I have it programmed to do that. So if you overflow, it's fine, but then it will be spawning instead of reusing. So, you know, performance. Let's not forget to set our gun name to something, so we'll just call this pistol. And then this is where it gets a little bit weird. We're going to make a player manager script that I've already made here and attach it to the player. And this is because we need to keep track of both the gun ammo and the current gun ammo and the ammo on the actual gun. And let's go back to our player controller, and we're actually going to call this public static int current ammo. And then we're going to make another public static int and call it current max ammo. Then we're going to make a private int max gun ammo. Then go ahead and make a private int max gun ammo and a private int current gun ammo. And then our max gun ammo is going to be equal to our ammo count, which I've already written here. And then after that, our current gun ammo is going to be equal, and it could be ammo count, but we're going to use max gun ammo, okay? And then for our player manager dot current max ammo, that will actually be ammo count. And for our player manager dot current ammo, that will be our current gun ammo. There we go. And then we want to spend the ammo. So when we spend the ammo, we will current gun ammo minus at the end of our firing functions. And then if current gun ammo is less than equal to ammo count or max gun ammo. What was I thinking? We just need to check if the current gun ammo is greater than 0. We don't need the max yet. And that should only allow you to fire the certain amount you have in the clip. And then we'll go ahead and move this stuff into a new function called private void shoot gun. And then we're going to need a serialized field. Private float reload time equals 2f, and then private bool can reload equals false by default, and private bool reloading equals false, and private float r timer. Then we're going to copy paste our shoot timer, can shoot timer, and we're going to place the variables, the reload, make it if is reloading true and is reloading false, flip those around basically, and then this is going to be our reload time. Okay. And then under here, if our current gun ammo is less than our max gun ammo, can reload equals true. And if I didn't make any mistakes, should be able to shoot 3 times, press the R button, wait 2 seconds. Nope, I made another mistake. That's right, I forgot to actually reload the gun. So before we set the gun timer to 0, set the current gun ammo to max gun ammo. And now it should press R. Nope. What's going on? Keep getting ahead of myself here. I forgot to add the if can shoot equals true, the actual input. So the input dot get key down and then key code R for reload. What's it doing here? Oh, I need another bracket and an if. There we go. So if input get key down R, then we do is reloading equals true and can reload equals false, and we want this to be can reload equal true. So if we can reload, then we reload and we start the reload and then not allow reloading. So now 3rd time's the charm. 1 2 3, can't shoot anymore. I press R. 1 2 1 2 3, awesome. Now reloading works. And we're going to make another script, call this our UI manager, and make a canvas, and we'll go ahead and put it on our canvas. On our canvas, we're going to create UI text mesh pro text. And I need to import the TMP stuff. There we go. I'm going to put it at the bottom left for now. Just anchor it down there. And then the ammo, and then I'm going to auto size it so it fits, and set the like minimum and maximum sizes here until it looks nice. There we go. And then this is going to be our ammo text. And then in our UI manager, do a serialized field, private text mesh pro UGUI ammo text, and the ammo text dot txt is going to equal our player manager dot current ammo plus, and then # plus player manager dot max ammo. And that's going to give us a little ammo counter here so we can visually see our reload happening. And now finally for the damage. There's 2 ways to do this. You can make a player health script and an enemy health script, or you can make a health script and then use like a bool or an enum to toggle whether you're hitting the enemy or the player. But for simplicity, I think we'll just go with a enemy health script. So we'll make one called enemy health, and then we'll just go ahead and do a public float health equals 100. Okay, and then we'll just debug.log our health, and then we'll make a serialized field in the projectile script that we made earlier, and we'll call this our damage to do. And then on collision, enter. If collision.get component, what's happening here? Collider.get component health, enemy health is not null. We will enemy health equals that thing from earlier we just got, and then eh.health minus equals damage to do. Not doing damage. What's going on? I didn't save the health. There we go. And now it's doing damage with projectiles. And then we'll go back to the health, and in the update, if health is less than or equal to 0, we will destroy game object. Now I shoot it 3 times. I guess I shot it twice because my bullet bounced there. Reload, shoot it 2 more times, and it disappeared. Awesome. And then to do damage in the raycast, we basically need to do the same thing we did in the projectile. So if hit collider dot enemy health is not null, we can remove that old debug now. We'll just do the damage, and we need to make a new variable. I'll put it right above the hit scan toggle and call it hit scan damage. And so the hit scan damage will be on the gun, and then the projectile damage will be on the projectile. And now if I go to our gun and enable hit scan, well, it took down its health, but it's stopping at 25 for some reason. Oh, right. I just forgot, because we only have 3 bullets, we have to reload. Reload. There we go. Let's set the ammo to something more efficient, like 15. What the heck? Oh, that was the reload time. There we go. I keep messing up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, and it goes away. And I shoot the rest of my bullets here, and I can switch it to projectiles too if I need to. So now you have a projectile and hit scan gun that does damage and can reload. So last thing we need to do so our gun doesn't clip through walls when we're moving around, which we'll do in a later video, is to add a gun camera. So go ahead and take your gun root and parent it to the main camera, and then on the main camera we're going to make a new camera and just move that above the gun root. And then we will set the culling mask on the gun root to nothing but the gun, and this clear flags we will change to depth only. On the main camera we will do everything but the gun. And now if I click play, our gun won't clip through walls. That's all for this tutorial. See you guys next time.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any more future videos.